Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. Here we are, early May. We're off to a great start. We just came back from our expo a few weeks ago. We had obviously a record number of attendees, best expo to date. And I'm not just tooting our own horn, but if you check out the video, we literally had just under 300 agents from across the globe. Not across the country, across the globe, which was amazing. We actually had a handful of agents that are located outside of the U.S. that flew in just for the event. It was an amazing day. The keynote was great. In fact, we had two keynotes. It was also the first time that we focused on the annuity department about 30 to 40% of the day with three different carriers. We actually had two co-sponsors, two booths set up just focused on the annuity side. And I'll tell you what, since then, we have been off to the races with annuity sales from agents. So, number one, I want to thank all of you. Number two, it just goes to show you that when you're focused on something and you're spreading the word and your campaigns and marketing are dialed towards annuities and annuity sales and educating the consumers, and for us, it's educating the agents, things change, right? Slowly, little by little, all of a sudden it's one new sale and then two and then seven. And then, you're selling life, you're selling annuity, and you're like, wait a minute, underwriting is basically down to days and I'm paid within typically a week if everything's clean and in. This is great. Okay, so we have a ton of agents that are sharing feedback and that are loving working with us on the annuity side and leveraging our tools, our platforms, right? Our employees. We have an unbelievable team with three people over 60 years combined experience. So the point is, there's never been a better time. Okay, if you look at the industry as a macro, and then on the micro side here at Levinson, you're going to learn why you should be writing with us. Okay, and you'll see why in the next few slides. But if you haven't written with us yet, now is the time. Pick up the phone after we're done, obviously. Speak to Josh, Ashley, RJ. We'll get you up and running 100%. If you're a veteran and you're writing today, I think you're going to learn about some new products, sales ideas, strategies by the time we hang up by 3 p.m. Eastern to pivot and change the balance of your year, okay? And supplement your income or drive your income. So it's going to be a great 40 to 50 minutes here. What we're talking about is exclusive products from Legacy, three different carriers, okay? And the only way to get access is through Legacy, and obviously through Levinson, we can get you set up. So you'll have access to everything Scott, our VP, is going to dive into in about 5 to 10 minutes here. But what I also want to talk about is a couple things here at Levinson. It's a great time for you, life or annuity or both. So it's May, it's Mother's Day, it's also Disability Insurance Awareness Month. It's called DIEM. So now is the time to get scrappy with your marketing. Get the word out. Okay, there's a ton of mothers that are professionals, that are breadwinners, that are providing for their families. Okay, and if you don't have disability insurance, it's like driving a car with no auto insurance, which is illegal. Okay, well, so should working without a DI policy. Okay, that should be illegal too. Obviously, it's not, but you need to get the word out to the masses, okay, on all of these topics. So let's go to the first slide here. What I also want to share real fast at the end, we're going to have our question of the day. Whoever answers first and correctly wins our Fire Tablet HD version and our prospecting book on us. So make sure you're on until the end. Make sure you're paying attention, writing down notes, and you answer first and correctly right before 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, back to my point. There's never been a better time, okay, and I specifically dug into of the latest statistics based on LIMRA, okay, and this is quarter one of 24. So I'm not even talking about 23 and what a great year, annuity sales were way up. No, I'm talking about quarter one of this year, 2024, annuity sales up 21%. Okay, now here's my favorite bullet. Check out right-hand side. second down, right hand side. It is the highest first quarter sales results since Limmer started tracking sales since the 80s. Okay, that's huge. This is the highest quarter since the 80s that LIMRA has tracked. Okay, LIMRA is one of the biggest reporting and statistic organizations, third party owned and operated. That's a big deal. Let's keep moving forward. So the proof is in the pudding. And at Levinson, you have the right products and carriers, full access with direct contracts, by the way. That's important to know. You're not 17 and a half layers under a GA who's under a MGA who's under an IMO4 who's under Levinson. Okay, it's you, us, the carrier, period. Okay, real fast. So these are from our agents in the field, okay? Just like everyone listening today. By the way, we have a record number on for annuities, so love to see this. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And our promise to you all is things aren't always going to be perfect. It's not always 100%. You're going to have a case that you need preferred best. It came in preferred, okay? Or maybe you have a hold up with annuity underwriting, whatever it is. Our promise to you is that me and Carrie are here to jump in and get our VP on the phone, okay? If we need a business decision or a favor or something pushed one way or another. That's our promise. It's not that it's going to be 100%, but if it's 90, we're here to help, okay, and try to make that happen for you. Doesn't happen every time, but we're here to help you 100% of the time. That's the point. Ivan and Frank, real fast, thank you. Number one, I want to share, Frank was sharing about his experience with our case manager. So top right corner, Angela, I just wanted to say a big thank you. You guys are the best. I don't do a lot of life insurance because I mainly sell P&C, but when I do, you are the best. Thank you again and have an awesome night. That's everything, okay? For us, our team, our family, our unit, okay, that's what moves the needle. That's what makes people want to jump in and help at 9:01 a.m. or 5:42 p.m., okay, when we're already closed, but we're still answering phones, okay? Bottom left corner, Ivan. This is another big deal. This is based on the expo, okay? And like I said, biggest expo to date by far. Hello, Bill. Thank you very much for allowing me to be at the conference. I told others about it, and what a wonderful location you chose for us. It was beautiful. I really enjoyed everything, and I went there for the purpose of learning and getting ideas, and I accomplished exactly that. Ivan, thank you. Okay? Again, we put so much heart, so much soul energy, effort, resources into making these expos, which we do every year, a big success. So when I see this, I hear this, we feel this, it means the world. So thank you, Ivan, again. And by the way, the expo is located right on the sand in the beach in South Florida. Every year, same place. So hopefully, if you didn't make it for 24, you make it for 25. And we have contests for life and annuity where we pay for airfare. We pay for beachfront hotel 1-2 nights. Okay, we pay for everything. As long as you qualify, you're in. And even if you haven't even written an app yet, okay, it's free for you. The day is free, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. So everything's taken care of. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, what I want to talk about real fast, I'm going to switch gears and pivot over to DIAM, Disability Insurance Awareness Month, which is what's going on as of yesterday. Very important for you to be putting your marketing campaigns together. Okay, why? Another huge opportunity in our industry. Okay, on the macro. Check out some of these stats on the bottom. Okay, real fast. Number one, 61 million adults in the U.S. are living with a disability. Okay, that's a reason for these consumers to buy or at least have you quote DI insurance. Okay, number two, 25% of today's 20-year-olds will become disabled before the age of retirement. If you look in a room of 20-year-olds, one of four people, they're going to be disabled. Okay, and chances are they're probably not going to have DI coverage or a policy, unfortunately. So you need to get the word out quickly. Let's scroll down to the bottom, number 5. So real fast, think about this, okay? 44% of people 65 or older have a disability. 44% of people 65 or older. That's the proof in the pudding that you need to wave the flag to tell and share the statistics. It's about educating. These people need to have a DI policy, Okay, and especially when you think about younger professionals, okay, with young children or plan on having children, all right, what's going to happen? Yeah, I don't have to get into all this, but you know the details, okay? You know what to do. You just have to put your foot on the gas. We have all of the marketing resources, e-blasts, flyers. All you have to do, we can even do it for you, is co-brand it, and then you send it out to your book of business and your prospects and your leads. Okay, and here's what's so cool. So on Insure Me Now Direct, which is direct to consumer, instant decision, just like Amazon, we have DI products on that platform. Your consumer can log in 2 a.m., run a quote, apply online, and get an instant approval or decision and have a free scholarship tied in. Okay, we had great products on the platform in the past. Well, we just found out we're launching our latest long term disability product from Assurity Life on the platform in May. Okay, this month for Disability Insurance Awareness Month, it's going to be on the platform, plus full quoting available, direct, 100% direct to consumer, which means zero agent involvement. Okay, so you got to run with this stuff. You got to. It's not like it was 20 years ago. Everything is 1, 2, 3, especially for the younger generation. Okay, everything is instant, real time. They want to jump in, jump out, get approved, and move on. And you want to get your commission and your huge renewal, which comes with disability sales, right? Double digit renewals for the most part. This is huge. It's your own annuity right there from these sales. So you got to start thinking like this, and it's a great way to supplement your income and help your consumers and cross sell. The list goes on and on and on. Let's keep moving. I have 2 slides left, and then Scotty's going to take the wheel. So real fast, our latest Levinson annuity sales contest. Now, when we met with the team, it was very important to me, to all of us, that we gave you a very realistic number, an entry number that you can say to yourself, "Oh, I don't have to write 4 million of FIA production, all right, just to get my foot in the door." No. If you look at the left-hand side, we're starting at 150,000. That's peanuts. Okay? And you're in, you win. $250 marketing allowance, okay, or an Apple Watch. On the right-hand side, we literally handpicked the nicest, most modern hotel in Vegas, the Aria, okay, which is the one of the newer ones. Beautiful place if you've never been. Okay, we're starting at 3 days all the way to 5 days. And again, the entry level number, 500,000 of FIA premium, 500,000. That's not huge. You know, a lot of these carriers say, "Oh yeah, we're going to take you around the world and back 17 times, but you got to write 25 million of production." Okay. Well, some of you maybe write 5 million or 2 million or a million. So we still want everyone to win. We want to make this very achievable and reasonable for our agents, which I think we accomplished exactly that. Okay, my second to last slide here, and then we'll put a bow on my part. So our annuity team, I'm very proud of. I spoke about this in the beginning. And what's so interesting, if we move over to the bottom right-hand side, between Josh, Ashley, RJ, we have over 60 years combined experience. And here's what I love. It's not just about brokerage, IMO experience. It's also about home office experience. Okay. And in fact, Josh was on an actuarial team in the competitive department where it's called a competitive analysis, where they literally go out and find the top products and carriers, and they try to build a product as good or better and then market it for that company. So he was on that team for years. So again, my point, between all three of them, plus Ashley Keene on the licensing side, we have you covered, okay, from A to Z. And then as you can see on the left side, the top carriers and products. So you will never have a situation where another agent is presenting a product and they have you beat, okay? No way. It's not going to happen. Okay, and maybe that 1% chance it happens, there's probably a 0% commission level for the agent, right? Because there's no free lunch, as we know. So we have you covered with direct contracts. And again, reach out to anyone on our team to help you take the first step. Okay, let's move into our featured presentation of the day. We have our VP from Legacy, Scott, is joining us, and he's going to take over from here. Scott?
Perfect. Thank you very much, Bill. Bill asked me if I'd had enough coffee yet this afternoon, and I am ready to go, to say the very least.
I love it. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you want me to just dive right in?
Yeah, that would be great. Let's do it.
Perfect. Well, I'm with Legacy Marketing Group, and a lot of the times people ask right off the bat, who's Legacy? Well, Legacy is actually a third party. We work with carriers. You can consider us a carrier in the broadest of senses, but we work with specific carriers, Americo, Emeritus, and Western and Southern, and we create fixed index annuities. That's what we do. That is our lane, and we stay in it, and we do a very good job of it. So if you're dealing with Americo on the indexed side, that's us. If you're dealing with Emeritus on the index side, we have that for the independent agents, and then Western and Southern as well. If you're dealing with the MIGAs at some of these carriers or the life policies at these carriers, that's not us. So we are specifically FIA based, and we work with high rated insurance carriers. None of this B stuff, none of this C stuff. We are strictly A carriers. And in fact, we'll talk about integrity and their rankings here in just a little bit as well. But that's who we are. We handle the commissions, we handle the licensing, we handle the marketing. We do everything up to once it goes in force, and then it goes on that carrier's paper. So that's where we're at, just so you know, and because that's always one question we get a lot of times. People think we're an IMO. No, we are not. We do not license direct. We go strictly through IMOs to market and to sell these products through our three carriers. And I'm going to start off by talking about one of our first products. And each of our carriers have their own lane as well. Specifically, Americo is accumulation based. That's what they do. They're an accumulation products, and I'm going to talk about two of them here shortly. Emeritus is income based. That's what they're designed to do, is to turn income on a GLWB chassis for either early income or later income. And then Western and Southern Integrity is more of the advanced markets, and I'll cover them for you as well. So let's talk first of all about Liberty Mark Freedom. That is the product from our friends at Americo in Kansas City, ranked A. Again, we don't mess with anything less than an A carrier, because we feel that we want to make sure that if we're going to be selling this to you and you're going to be selling this to your clients, you got to have some integrity behind each carrier, and that's what we believe in truly. So what this product with Liberty Mark Freedom, again, they are strictly accumulation with Americo. The beauty of it is it's kind of the fee or no fee option. You know, if you got your Shakespeare, you know, to fee or not to fee, that is the question. Tis nobler to, no, I'm not going to go through that whole spiel, but no, it's fee or no fee. And you can blend, you can mix and match as you see fit. The products that you'll see throughout my presentation too, if I say plus behind it, that means if it's the Liberty Mark Freedom Plus, that means it's the bonus product that's available. And we have multiple different. Oops, I went mute. That's one feature I want to make sure we hit, is about the 30% death benefit before we are done today, because that is an option, and you've got clients sitting there already that need this opportunity as well. So we'll cover that. But that's all with our friends at Americo. 10-year period up to age 85 with this particular product. A 7% upfront bonus. If you take that plus version of this product, you get a full 7%, fully credited day one, $1. So there's no vesting schedule. The only time it can be recaptured is if the client were to surrender it during their free look period. Outside of that, no. So that upfront bonus is available day one, $1. It can be used to offset surrender charges at another carrier, possibly if you got an underperforming product, you've lost some possibly in a VA. They want to help up jumpstart this product. That's available, and again, it's a 7% upfront bonus on the plus version of this product. 10% penalty-free withdrawal available in the first year as well. And then that death benefit that I mentioned, and it's called the Heritage Maximizer. Now, this is available on both the Liberty Mark Freedom and the Classic Mark, which I'm going to cover here very shortly. So the rider is the same, but for 30 basis points annually, so a third of a point, a third of a percent, you get a 30% death benefit on the accumulation value. And I want to stress accumulation value. It's not on the deposited value. It's whatever is in that policy at the time of the client's death. They get a 30% bump. Why? It's to help offset any kind of possible taxes. It's to help, you know, you've got a chance to give the heirs that bump that they need. If you've got a client sitting in CD money right now, This is a great opportunity. Put it in here that they want to pass on to their heirs. That's what this money is designated for. But, oh, by the way, if I do need it while I'm growing, I want it to accumulate it, I want it to grow. But if they were to pass away, you get a full 30% on the death benefit of the accumulation value. The only issue is they have to be under 75 to issue. But once you issue with this policy, it's on there. And again, a 30% death benefit, enhanced death benefit. We see this being added all the time. Again, it's for that money for that client that's sitting there. They know they want to give it to their heirs. Why not give the heir an extra 30% bump? And that's the optional heritage maximizer that they can add onto both the Liberty Mark Freedom, which we discussed, and the Classic Mark, which we'll discuss here in a little bit. So just want to point that out. Great opportunity for a sales to do with to help your clients and their beneficiaries. Now, again, fee or no fee, as I mentioned, Liberty Mark Freedom has a 175 fee on the different indexes, or you can choose the no fee. You can mix and match. You can blend them. If a client's not comfortable with a 175 fee, that's fine. You can blend it to get it down to a 1. Do part of it as a no fee, part of it as a fee. But I'll always say you get what you pay for, and the fees are there for a reason. The reason you have a fee in the first place is you get higher caps and rates. So that's why you would want to do that. But some people are absolutely totally fee averse. We get that. That's why we give them an opportunity to fee or no fee. Multiple different indices, as I mentioned. Again, each one of these has a fee and a no fee opportunity. I'm not going to go through each index because, well, there's not enough time in the day to go through every index. That's what you contact Levinson for. They're the experts. They'd be able to help you with that. But I do want to cover one specific index, and it's something that's very unique to Legacy and the Americo products, and that's the S&P 500 IQ index. I'm fortunate enough, I've been in this industry since 1995, and we rolled out one of the very first carriers that I worked for at that point was a carrier that rolled out one of the first fixed index annuities in 1995. And at that time, you got to choose S&P 500 cap or S&P 500 participation rate or fixed rate. That's all there was. There wasn't all these different indexes to get out there. Everything was based off of the S&P 500. Why? Because that's what clients understood. They appreciate that. They could follow that. The issue with doing it just out of the S&P 500 is it is not an indexed. It's not designed for index. It's the S&P 500. So what we have done is we've gone to S&P Dow Jones and said, hey, let's create a true index based off of the S&P 500. And that's what we've been able to do and work out with them. This is a 15% volatility index. And the beauty of it is it's designed to follow fairly closely to what the S&P 500 does. And that does it because it can rebalance every day, once a day. And it creates an opportunity to kind of mimic what the S&P 500 does, but not being in the S&P, you're not paying nearly the option fees that you were paying if you were doing the S&P. So therefore, no lesser option fees, higher caps and rates. That's the way this product was designed, and it's done. This index was designed, and it's done very, very well. As I said, back testing it, you can go back to what the S&P 500 IQ index would do versus the true S&P 500. Fairly similar. I mean, there'll be a few anomaly years. Look at 2017, the S&P 500 IQ was 42 compared to the S&P. That's an anomaly. As is, you look at the 2019, 20% for the IQ versus 29% for the S&P 500. But we wanted to get something out there that people would understand. They've heard of S&P. They can follow this as well. They can actually go out and to the SPG Global, SPDGI website and actually follow this index as well. But what advantage does this have over a true S&P? Well, a lot of S&Ps right now, if this was as of the end of February, actually, the S&P 500 had a 24.23% one-year return. Not bad at all. In fact, really darn good. But the products out there all had caps. Remember that whole cap or participation rate? 8.5% cap was on our product. Some carriers are a little bit higher, 9, maybe 10% cap on the S&P 500. Some are lower, 4, 5, 6%, depending on what the different carrier was at. But we were at a 8.5% cap. So going back to the basic strategy of point to point, you would have gotten 8.5 as your return. The S&P 500 IQ index, as of this same exact year, only did 16.74 one-year return. But it had a 15.45 cap, because I mentioned you can get higher caps and rates, and you can, because of the options budgets available. So your return in the S&P 500 IQ would have been 15.45. So you can get the clients higher caps and rates than what you can typically offer on a true S&P based index. This is truly an opportunity for you to get out there, and it's available in just our Americo products right now. So the Liberty Mark Freedom that I mentioned, and the Classic Mark, which I'm going to talk about here shortly, but that's what's available right now. We're working on getting into the Emeritus products and any kind of future carriers that we work with as well. So those are all coming up. That is the Liberty Mark Freedom in a nutshell. And again, the design behind it is the fee or no fee. But we also offer a great product called Classic Mark through Americo. And the beauty of it is simple, safe, secure, not a lot of moving parts to this one. And that's something that actually is quite palatable to a lot of clients. That they don't want all the moving parts. They want just basic, no fees. There's no fee in this product, no mandatory fees anyway. If you did want to add that Heritage Maximizer, it's available to you as well. Strong accumulation, again, that's truly what it does. It has the vesting option as well, an optional way to leave loved ones through that death benefit that I mentioned. And this product, so write this down, this product is available up to age 90, actually up to age 91. So during your 90th year, if you have a client that would like to put money into a indexed annuity, they still have that availability through this product at 90. Something that stands out with our friends at Americo. Again, talked about the plus, or the pluses are the bonus side of it versus the non-plus. You may also see we have the LT states, we call them the light states. That's for those states that have a different surrender charge period, just so you keep your mind clear as to who's dealing with what. So instead of having to explain why you're only in the S&P 500, we got multiple options for you. There's no mandatory fees. 10% penalty free is available after 30 days compared to what happens with a lot of other carriers. You've got that additional Heritage Maximizer bonus, that's a death benefit that's available, and the upfront bonus is vested day one, all within a simple, straightforward opportunity and product. And that's with the Classic Mark with our friends at Americo. Gonna switch gears. As I mentioned, the Americo products are the accumulation side. FlexMark with Emeritus is the income side. And I'm going to start with FlexMark, which is kind of its stalwart, the product that's been out there the longest with Emeritus. And then I'm going to close with the Apex Advantage, which is one of the hottest products in the country, to say the very least. But let's start with the FlexMark first, because it kind of tells you the story of Emeritus. Emeritus is just down the road from me. I live just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska. In fact, we were all watching the storms roll through last week, and thank goodness everybody was safe here, but that's the part of living in Nebraska, I guess. But A+ rated carrier with S&P 500, great folks at Emeritus, know many of them personally. But what this product designed is to be a competitive guaranteed income with accumulation. Now you might be saying, wait a minute, most carriers, you've either got accumulation or you've got income, but neither of the two shall meet. Well, no, that's not the case with Emeritus. Emeritus has put some bite behind their caps and rates, even on their income product. And that's what makes them stand out a little bit more. And there's reasons behind that, and I'll cover those for you just a little bit. Flexible and enhanced liquidity options for you as well, available on the FlexMark. So decisions you need to make as you start going down the trail for FlexMark is, do I want to do a bonus or a no bonus? You can do the bonus. This one is not vested day one. There's a vesting schedule with Emeritus, just to be aware of that. But again, that's kind of the design behind it being an income product. So unlike Americo, which is all vested up front with the bonus, this one is vested over time. I will honestly tell you though, with the Emeritus products with a 6% bonus, we're actually seeing most of the policies are being taken as the no bonus version, just to be up front for you, because of the caps and rates are that much better. And again, help to build those policies over time. Again, give it a chance to percolate, give it a chance to grow. Upgrade band is at 200,000 with this one, so anything over 200,000 does get a higher band. And you get the choice of fee or no fee with this one as well. Again, most fees are 1%, 2% on the 2-year options. You can transfer in and out annually as you see fit. You can buy up the rates with the fees. That's available on the Emeritus product as well. But this particular product, Also offers a fixed index, a fixed product, a fixed bucket, so to speak, an index, and you can mix and match as you see fit for the indices. But this product offers a basic GLWB, a no fee GLWB, that if a client, wants to accumulate as long as they can, and they may decide later on, what if I do turn on income? What can I get? It didn't cost me anything to be involved in this. So there is a base free GLWB in the product, and it also has strong step-up opportunities in it as well. So we actually see this being used with one particular group, uses this specifically because they don't know if their clients are going to turn on income or not, because the FlexMark is designed to turn on income after year 7, 8, 9, 10 is where it's truly designed. So it's more of the deferred income type of strategy with the FlexMark. So if you've got a 55-year-old, great opportunity for you there. 55-year-old has a 401k sitting at an old company. Bring it over, put it in this policy, let it grow within the FlexMark, and then at 65, they can turn the income on if they want to with this no cost rider, or not. Take the lump sum because they're not harmed, because there is good caps and rates in this product as well. There's one good opportunity for you. But what we're seeing the majority of folks using is the MyFit Income Rider. And that is for a 1.15 fee, you get a 7% roll up on compounding on that income bucket of money. And it's available for you after 1 year, and an optional restart after 10 years. Choices of lifestyle or a level payout. You get to choose how you want the level payout, which is what majority of folks are using, or the lifestyle payout. The lifestyle payout is interesting because it starts actually higher, and that older ages actually goes down, because we figure at that point either folks are not using as much of their income, might as well take it earlier and get them an opportunity, or they're being offset more with Social Security at that point as they reach some of the older ages. So that's available to them as well. Let me go back just briefly. I hit too many buttons there. I apologize. So that is the base product with the MyFit Income Rider. But what we're seeing a lot of being used right now is the MyFit Income Rider with Booster. The Booster says that if you cannot do 2 activities of daily living, be that bathing, dressing, transferring, toileting, continence, eating, you cannot do 2 of those, as long as there's money in the accumulation bucket, the client you'll get paid double their income until the policy is down and the accumulation value reaches 0, and then it goes back to that guaranteed level. So the client can never lose. They're going to be turning on the income, and they can double it until that goes back to 0, and then it goes back to the original guaranteed income that they were receiving. The beauty of this, it does not go to a nursing home. You do not have to be in a nursing home. You cannot do 2 activities of daily living, you can activate this. And if it's a joint case, you can activate it on both lives. Not at the same time, but on both lives. And my example being, if a husband and wife, husband can't do 2 activities of daily living, they double their income, he passes away. Now the wife, 2 years later, whatever, can't do 2 activities of daily living, she can double it again as well, because it'll go back to double, then back to the single life, and then back to double again, as long as there's accumulation value. And that's why those caps and rates, as I mentioned earlier, are very, very important. You have to wait 2 years. The policy has to be enforced for 2 years before you can actually activate the doubler. But again, this product is designed to hold on before you turn on income until you're, again, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so. So that's a nice thing about this. It does not go to the care home. It goes to wherever you, the client, designates. That's another sales opportunity for you with both this product and the Apex Advantage. What Emeritus can do is they can actually specify where these payments go. You want it to go to your brokerage account. You want to go to your savings account. You want to go to another carrier to buy a life policy, or you want to go to fund a long-term care policy. You have that opportunity with Emeritus. Now, with the advantage of sending it to a long-term care policy, let's say you are funding a long-term care policy with one of the Emeritus products. The client now goes to a long-term care facility. They start collecting on the long-term care policy. What's happening to this income? It's still continuing. You're no longer making payments into a long-term care policy because they're in the payout phase. This now goes back to the individual that's at home, and it's doubled because they can't do two activities of daily living. So the person at home is able to use this money that had been funding the long-term care policy that is now funding for the individual in the long-term care. Just one sales idea that we see used. We also see this being used to sell against life insurance quite a bit, to sell it to fund a life insurance policy. So MyFit Income Rider with Booster available on the FlexMark. But I will tell you the product that Emeritus is absolutely killing it in right now, and they did about 80, 90 million with us last month in this past paid business in this specific product, and that is the Apex Advantage. And why the Apex and what's the difference between it and FlexMark? Really, it's timing. FlexMark, again, designed to hold on for 8, 9, 10 years. FlexMark at turn on income as early as 30 days. Again, turn income on as early as 30 days. It's one of the best products out there as far as payout factors are concerned in the industry right now. Qualified, non-qualified issue ages up to age 85. But 30-day, single or joint, level or increasing. So it's a true increasing opportunity, but I would tell you most folks are taking this as level. The nice thing about what the Apex Advantage does is you do not have to decide whether or not I'm going to do single or joint, level or increasing until you turn the income on. With FlexMark, you need to make those designations at issue, just to be aware of that. But Apex allows you to hold off, decide when you want to. Am I going to start it in 30 days? Am I going to start it in 1 year, 2 year? That's where this is designed, is this turn it on no later than 3 years out. You want to turn it on early. The earlier the better with this particular product, because it's got a powerful base, a 51% immediate bonus right away. You give me 100,000, they put 151,000 into that bonus, into that payout factor bucket, and that's what gets paid out off of, is the 51%. And it has the booster as well. Care Anywhere, all that available with this. Now, there is no free rider on this. When you purchase the Apex, you know you're going to be doing income, but that's easier to do because you know you're going to be turning income on in the first year, 2 year, 3 years. That's what it's designed to do. And Emeritus is absolutely killing it right now with this product. It's one of the hottest ones out there for the early income. And again, you can use it to pay other life insurance. Use it in place of a SPIA in a lot of situations for that. And again, option to have an increasing or single, increasing or level, single or spousal income. And the increasing, yeah, it continues to grow as we see in this little chart here. But I will tell you, most folks are taking the level because that's what this is designed to do, is they want to know what they're going to be getting. They want a paycheck every month. And that's what you can do. And you can actually set it up how you want it to be paid out. You want to be paid monthly, annually. That's a client's option. As I mentioned, 200%. S&P 500, S&P Mark 5. They do not have the IQ at this point, but we're working on getting them that. But why would you want to do an early income compared to selling it as a SPIA? Well, you get a step up. There's liquidity. If the client decides in a year they no longer want this, they can shut the income off. They can take the policy out. They have an opportunity. Or if they were to pass away in 2 or 3 years and there is still accumulation value in the policy, that now goes to the heirs. Unlike a SPIA, where once you turn it on, it's what you get is what you get. That's the beauty of this. And again, that is through our friends at Emeritus, and we're selling a heck of a lot of it in those early income years. Sweet spot 30 days to 2 years, or 7 to 10 year deferral. And again, both available through our friends at Emeritus. And I'm going to wrap it up here quickly with our good buddies over in Cincinnati with Integrity Life Insurance. Western and Southern, it doesn't get any better than this, folks. Comdex rating of a 96 out of 100. There is not another index carrier out there that can say they have a 96 Comdex rating. And that's what Western and Southern Integrity gives to you and gives to your client, is peace of mind. What they say is what you're going to get. They're a very conservative carrier, That reflects honestly in their caps and rates. Sometimes they're not as high, but they're always going to be there, and they're there for the client in the long haul. Uh, Straightforward product is the base product. That's primarily what you want to use it for. No rider fees. Available in short. You can actually do a 5-year duration for issue ages 86 to 90. So again, those older ages available for you on this. And you can make additional premium deposits in the first year. But where we really see Western and Southern doing its thing, and that is in the advanced market sales. If you have any questions on non-qualified stretch, inherited IRAs, SEP IRAs, funding qualified IRAs, we actually have a funding acceptance chart available here at Legacy showing what each carrier will accept and what they won't accept as far as funding options. And I will tell you that Western Southern has the most checks by what they will accept because they have the advanced market sales. They can handle it. They've got folks that are there to help calculate out the different bonuses and all the things. That's what they do, and they do a very, very good job of it. And I know Levinson and Associates would be able to help you get with Western and Southern. And they're also available for the broker dealer space. That's where this product really designed as well. But again, it's fairly basic and straightforward, but the idea behind it is more of this conservative client or these advanced markets and keeping you sticky with multiple generations throughout. That's it with our advanced markets. What I do want to point out, one thing to mention with all of our carriers, our bonus, our jumbo bonus, our jumbo limits. $2 million cases without any home office approval necessary with our friends at Americo and Emeritus. It's 1 million with Western and Southern. Or if you take the bonus product, that's $1 million as well. We'd love to talk to you about some of these larger cases. If you do happen to across a larger case, a larger than a $2 million case, that granted they're out there, we'll talk to you about that. That's not the situation. We're just saying automatically you run across one of these larger cases, you don't have to worry about, gosh, will they take it? Will they give me a haircut? What's going to happen with this? That's available to you. No problem at all with our carriers. So love to talk to you about any of this, always available. And then I want to talk just briefly about what we have as our Legacy Honors program, where you actually can earn extra compensation at the agent level through all 3 carriers, and all 3 carriers combine to drive one bonus. And that's not something that can be said at other of the larger carriers because you have to sell their specific products. No, you can sell any of our 3 carriers to help drive these 1% bonus. And we'd be glad to get you in information with that. I know that's what Levinson Associates is glad to do. They'll help take care of it, get you set up, get you enrolled, and get you earning an additional 1%. So, you make the $1 million as where you don't get a 1% at $1 million, but you do start earning at $1 million. And I know Bill had mentioned that that's where you start earning as well for your Vegas trips. Here's an opportunity to double dip, and we'd be glad to help you out with that. With that, Bill, I think my time is about up.
No, that was great, and I'm sure I saw a lot of questions coming in, and you have comments. So we have that Q&A box, and what we're going to do is we're answering those as we go, and then anyone we did not get to, you will hear from Josh, Ashley, or RJ. And then if we need to grab Scott on a conference call or a 3-way, whatever we have to do, he's available to us, so no problem at all. But no, that was fantastic. I learned a lot and a lot of great information here. We also have their brochures and fact finders, marketing pieces on our website, and then we'll be adding some more of the latest pieces on today as well. So just check out the site, and then you'll see our thank you email that will go out to all attendees before we leave. So Scott, once again, thank you. I have a few other things I'm going to cover before we let the group go. So real fast, let's. If we can go to the first screen there, I'm going to make sure to get everybody out before 3 p.m. like I promised, and we won't be late today. I promise you that. Okay, so real fast, getting started. So it's important for you to know you're seeing and hearing about all of our tools and platforms. We have quoting engines. We also have lead programs that are co-op discounted in our new Training 101 dashboard. Okay, and this is for all agents that want to get up to speed on the annuity side. We have a part 1, part 2, and now we're building out a part 3 version, and then you get an actual certificate once you complete all three courses on the dashboard. So it's pretty cool. You're basically considered an annuity sales professional once you graduate the Levinson annuity course. So you're going to hear more about the part three in the next 4 to 8 weeks. And then that will complete the full module for the Training 101 platform. So that'll be really neat. But you got to make sure you are appointed with at least one carrier. That's all we ask. And then you get complimentary access to everything. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So the next slide is very important to me, to you all, especially because there's a lot of competition out there. Okay, we know that, you know that. I mean, we literally have 5 or 6 BGAs, MGAs, call them whatever you want, within about 10 miles of us in South Florida. Okay, so we have to understand that if we don't provide value to you all, right, and give you these great differentiators, and then we're going to be in reverse. Okay. And actually, we now have over 23,000 agents. So we're going just the opposite direction, and we're constantly growing, but we know we're only as good as, right, the last platform, right, that we added to the site. So we have to constantly make this bigger and better. Okay. This list should be growing literally every quarter, or else there's something wrong or something we're doing wrong. So this is a reason for you to say, why Levinson? Okay. And these are a list of all the bullets. You get complimentary access to everything that's in front of you. We're going to include this in our thank you email. But I think the most important point before we go to the next slide is Carrie started the company in 1972. I came in almost 25 years ago. Okay. And since day one, the focus has been, it's not about carriers, products, compensation, okay, which we know is very important. But at the end of the day, everyone has good products, right? Good carriers, decent comp, right? So we have to step it up a little bit in every corner, and then come in with this ultimate differentiator platform for you all to sell more product. And that's where this comes in. And that's our promise to you. So this is always going to be bigger and better, just like the Insure Me Now Direct platform. Okay. More carriers, more products, literally every single quarter. And the proof is in the pudding if you want to do a look back. Let's keep moving forward. So, real fast, what I want to do now is talk about, this is, in my opinion, one of the best annuity sales presentations that I've seen, period. Okay. If you were at the expo, you've seen, you met, heard Joe Ross. He's a beast when it comes to life insurance, especially IUL sales. So Charles is another amazing presenter, but focused on the annuity side. Okay. And if you didn't hear, we had him on a webinar about a month ago, and it was amazing. He's got this napkin presentation, 60 seconds or less, and it's great because you can use this in the real world with consumers on webinars, Zoom calls, social, whatever, all the above, or make your own on YouTube. Or I would do every single side of this to get the word out to sell more annuities. So we have on the bottom left there, we have the link for the webinar. And then next Wednesday, if you happen to be in South Florida, we're going to have him live, okay, at our local restaurant breakfast training, which is in Boca Raton, Florida. So if you happen to be in the area or you want to make the drive down, let us know. We're almost at capacity. But next Wednesday, that's going to be an awesome live training. Charles is the featured speaker. That's about 9 to noon, 9 a.m. to noon. So let us know if you're interested. And again, even if you're outside of Florida, we'll send you the webinar link, and we'll include that in today's thank you email as well. But everything is here on our website at your fingertips. Let's keep moving. I know I have about 7 minutes left here. So, door openers, right? How do we get the annuity conversation started? And we get this question all the time because keep in mind, we have 23,000 agents. About half of them are selling and writing annuities and doing a great job. But the other half, they want to get more involved, okay? They don't want to lose any more of their clients to other agents that focus on annuities only. So you always have to think about that, right? And you got to know enough to be dangerous. These are great door openers. We call them icebreakers. We're also going to include this in our thank you email, and we have this on our website for our agents as well. But a lot of reasons why you can and should bring up the annuity sale, okay, and then the close. So some great stuff there. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about next is our lead program. This has been off to the races. We had our vendor at the expo live. We had some giveaways, and this is an awesome program where you can ride the coattails of 23,000 agents and get this volume discount. So think Costco versus the local neighborhood supermarket. Okay, you're getting a huge discount, and and here's what's most important to me: the average rate of return about 2%, 1.5 to 2.25. That's a big deal, okay? Especially at the discount pricing. This opens the door to talk about annuities and financial services, even IUL and indexed annuities, MIGAs. Great door opener. It does everything for you, and then you take it from there. Let's keep moving forward. By the way, they also have great Facebook and social media campaigns and ads that they can run for you as well. Okay, every single week we promise to go on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, and do a search. It's so easy. Just put FIA or put MIGA or put indexed annuities and put top performing posts in the search bar. Okay? And what you're going to find is a lot of these posts that are crushing it, they're just common sense. They're just educating the consumer. Those are the ones that are doing great, are the ones that are educating, because you always have to remember you're in these four walls, right? And you know the lingo, right? The talk and walk the walk. They don't know about these terms, right? They don't understand the difference, and they don't know about guaranteed floors. So you have to explain it, okay? It's very simple. Look on the left side. Just get a little creative. I call it scrappy. 48 likes, 7 comments, and new leads from that one post, okay? And is that rocket science? No. Okay, the middle post there, leaving behind a forgotten 401k can cost an individual almost 700 grand in foregone retirement savings over a lifetime. And then the right hand side, same concept, but they're just getting creative with the pictures, with the words. The one on the right side, 544 likes. That one was like 70 comments. That's new leads, okay, that you should be direct messaging to get the door open, okay, and share your story. It's not difficult, but you got to do the work and get the word out. That's what I was saying earlier with disability insurance. This is the time. We already have the campaigns. You got to get the word out. Mother's Day, okay? Put something creative together or use what we already built and just get it out there. Press a button, get it out to your consumers, okay? If 5%, 10% reply, tell me more, right? You just got 50 new leads, 50 new people to talk to. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, so real fast, this is a great addition to our website. It's free, left-hand side, Billy the Bot. This is leveraging the latest artificial intelligence technology, okay, AI. So it's awesome. The way it works, a little chatbot, robot pops up on our website, ask it any question you want, and the bot gives you the answer or the link. So you just click, go, and move on to your next sale. It's so easy. It's going to save you a ton of time. The right-hand side, this is the programmer that developed the platform and the tool. So I sat down and did a podcast with him, and the topic was how can agents leverage the latest technology and AI. So it's great nuggets and tools that you can use today, okay? Because you don't want to get stuck behind. Think, Blockbuster, right? Kodak, right? You want to move forward. You want to be Amazon, okay, in the new world of technology, right? You want to be that salesperson. You want to be crushing it, and you want to leverage technology. Let's keep moving. Second to last slide, we'll put a bow on this. Future training events, that's what you're on right now. A few important things I want to point out. The top left corner, that is our South Florida breakfast training next Wednesday. I know we're at capacity, but we can fit in an agent or two. So if you are interested, next Wednesday, 9 a.m., let us know. We're going to have Charles, who's famous for that 60-second annuity close. If you're interested, again, just shoot me an email. We'll get you set up. Just under that, we have the top selling life and annuity hybrid. So Keith is going to be joining us. Just under that, we have our disability insurance training webinar for Diem. And here's what's so cool. The latest Assurity long-term disability product is going to be on Insure Me Now Direct this month with full integration and quoting. So we're super excited about that. We're going to go over it on the 16th. Just under that is our Stonewood IUL and annuity presentation software system, along with their prospecting books. So it's a kind of like a one-stop shop platform for you to go out and use this with consumers. Okay, think sales software. So on the 23rd, we're going to go over the latest and greatest with Stonewood, just under that sharpen your annuity skills with Equitrust in Levinson. We had a great presentation at the expo. We're going to, in fact, use part of that. And then we're going to update it, make it bigger and better on the 30th. So don't miss that one as well. Let's go to the last slide. And what we're going to do is we're going to have our giveaway. And what I want to do before that is move to the left-hand side. The future tomorrow is exactly what you make of it today. To maximize your minutes, right? You're here anyway, right? I don't care if it's your third bedroom home office. What can you do to move the needle? If 10 minutes went by and you didn't do anything to build your business, shame on you. Hold yourself accountable. Okay? Did you put a new post up? Did you do a search like I told you to about 5 minutes ago to see what's working for others? Did you duplicate that and make a version of your own? Okay? Did you open your LinkedIn account or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok even? Right? The younger generation now is on TikTok. Wherever the eyeballs go, you have to be. Period. Okay? It's not rocket science again, but you got to use your common sense and you got to put the action in, or else you're on that horse in reverse in New York City in 2024, which shouldn't happen. Okay? You should be in a new Tesla, not using any gas or whatever it is. Moving forward constantly. That's it. Okay, question of the day real fast, and then we'll put a bow on this presentation. When we speak about Levinson and Associates, right, and I mentioned this a few times, how many years have we been in business? How many years has Levinson and Associates been in business? Whoever says it first wins. Get your little fingers ready. And you tell me how many years Levinson and Associates has been in business. Kerry started the company, and you got to tell me, that's your little hint, how many years total have we been in business? Levinson and Associates. Andrew's going to see who answered first and correctly, and then we'll send you the Fire HD tablet and prospecting book on us. And by the way, everyone's a winner, because if you go on our Facebook page today, and you leave a few comments, a testimonial, how is it working with us, or how is our service? We send you a prospecting book free anyway, as long as you're an agent. So everybody can win. Okay, who's winning the Fire HD tablet? Andrew, who was first?
First correct response is Shane G. Shane G.
Shane G. Congrats. The answer was 52 years. Since 1972, 52 years strong. Shane, congrats once again. Let's have a great rest of our Thursday. Great week, great weekend, great selling. Keep your eyes peeled for our thank you email that will be in your inbox tonight. Any questions? We're here for you every step of the way. Thanks again.